Folks, my name is Dane Podolsky, and I'm joined once again with UFC featherweight TJ Brown. He is set to make his return to the octagon on June 25th when he takes on Shaylian Nuerdanbieke. TJ, thank you so much for taking the time. How's training been going?
It's been going great, man. I've been at it for, I guess about 8 weeks now. So I'm primed and ready. I spent the majority of my camp down at Glory MMA, and I'm finishing camp at my home at Westside MMA. And man, things are going great. Weight's on point, mind's good, body's good. Man, I'm just counting down the days at this point.
And so going back to that last fight, you were scheduled to fight Gabriel Benitez. 2 weeks' notice, it turned out to be Charles Rosa. This time, and knock on wood that the fight stays intact, how much of a difference does it make that, it's Shaylian Nuerdanbieke, you've been training for him this whole time, versus last
Sure.
time, you're getting a completely different style of fighter on 2 weeks' notice?
Right. That that's really the importance, man, of the mindset you have in fighting. Fighting, when I came up a lot of times, we did these USA boxing where you showed up to the boxing, to the gym or whatever, and they put your name in the hat. You didn't know who you were fighting, but you were prepared to fight whoever it was, And although I do have a bit of a game plan set up for this cat on the 25th, I'm also prepared to fight whoever. I try to keep that mindset in everything I do, and all these fights. Is that, man, I'm here to fight. That's what I do, and I'm going to go out there and make them deal with me first and foremost.
Have you gotten to watch any of his previous fights?
Yeah, of course, man. He's got like 30, 40 fights. He's a veteran, so I did plenty of film work. But the last two fights in the UFC, I watched him, and it's just nothing spectacular. The only way this guy beats me is if he holds me for 15 minutes, and there's nobody in the featherweight division that can hold me down for. So I'm excited for this matchup, and I really think I'm going to put on a great performance.
Stylistically, where do you think you have the clear advantage over him?
Oh, striking, without a doubt, man.
And so this will be your fourth fight in a row at the UFC Apex. Is that place starting to feel like home for you, or do you want to get back to fighting in front of the fans?
Yeah, it's good and bad. I found a bit of comfort there. Which means I should be able to go in there and put on a great performance. Being comfortable and really get in my zone. However, man, dude, I've been fighting for over a decade. I didn't fight this hard and this long to fight in a UFC warehouse. I want to fight in an arena. I want to hear some people yell my name. I want to see those lights. I kind of miss that. One of the reasons I do this is because of that. So, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to knock this guy out and get some cash. But hopefully after this one, I have an opportunity to get on some pay-per-view cards or some cards that are on in big arenas.
And now that you've gotten 2 straight wins, under your belt, do you feel more comfortable heading into this fight? And it's not like you're fighting to keep your job in the UFC. Back-to-back wins. If you get 3 straight, you're arguably in line for a top 15 after this.
Right. Man, the last guy I interviewed with asked me the same question, and it should take a bit of weight off my shoulders, right? Getting 2 in a row, having a bit of security, getting this new contract, but man, I can't say that it's took any off of me, man. It's built my confidence, but the UFC may cut somebody anytime, so I feel like every fight I'm out there fighting for my job and fighting for my family. So I've treated my training like that. I've been training my ass off, and I'm ready to go to war if I need to. But hopefully we knock this guy out in the first.
And so you talk about your family. I know for you, being a father is huge, and you're always posting about your son. Your ass little league games. How much does he inspire you, and how much does he kind of are you fighting for him as much as you're for yourself?
Yeah, it maybe, if not more. It's kind of sad if you really think about it, but that kid changed my life. He gave me a reason. He gave me a why, a responsibility that I needed. I was a knucklehead growing up, man. In and out of trouble, doing things I shouldn't be doing. So Man, I have a lot to thank for him, not just in fighting, but my life in general, man. So, yeah, I'm fighting for him. But I'm also fighting for myself, and I'm fighting for those other people that grew up like me. You know, not really having much, but you know, it should go to show you if you're willing to put in the work and the sacrifice, man. It doesn't matter where you come from, you can make something of yourself.
Mhm. Do you want him to plan on fighting or training or anything like that?
You know, that's a good question. You know, I want him to do what he wants to do. Does that make sense? Like, you know, you see a lot of parents kind of like pushing their kid to do this or maybe making them play this sport. I'm not in that. You know, I want him to do what he wants to do.
Mhm.
One thing that's for sure is I want him to be able to defend himself. You know, I want him to know. You know, kids are mean, dude. Like, you know, you know the kids are mean. Bullying's real. You know, so I want him to be able to defend himself. And you know, if he decides to fight one day, of course I'm going to be there for him. But man, the kid's smart. You know, he shouldn't. He doesn't have to be a knucklehead like me and fight. You know, he can maybe go be a doctor or a lawyer or something that you don't have to get beat on for.
Mhm. And so you're sitting out minus 220 favorite for this fight. Is that something you pay attention to? Does that give you any confidence? I know for when you're set to fight Benitez, you would have been underdog. You were the favorite against Rosa. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's kind of interesting with looking at these betting lines. I'm not sure if that's something you pay attention to.
Yeah, sometimes I do. You know, I actually like to make some bets myself. You know, so sometimes I do, but I don't read too much into it, man, because you know at the end of the day, the bookies are getting smarter, but they don't know the ins and outs as well as I do. Of course, it's nice to hear you're the favorite, you know, but at the end of the day, I've got a job to do regardless.
Mhm. And you said you're training at Glory MMA now. Have you gone to work at James Krause at all?
Of course, man. Of course. You know, you know, my last two wins, he's been in my corner, you know, and he's really a great coach, and he's created a great environment at Glory MMA. You know, he's got some killers over there, dude. So, you know, it's just good for me to go over there and get away and just practice, just focus on fighting and focus on me and I just love getting over there and getting away and just focusing on that, you know. But you know, you have to also give a lot of credit to Westside, the guys at Westside MMA and my coaches there. You know, a lot of the good things I'm doing are just finally coming to tuition. Like they're just coming to light. You know, I've been doing a lot of the things right for a long time. I'm just this sport's crazy, dude. Like, you know, you've been watching long enough, you know that anything can happen in there. But you know, things are finally coming together, and I couldn't be more thankful for both of these gyms.
If all goes well and you beat Shayla Nuerdanbieke, how many more times do you want to compete this year? And what are your goals for the end of the 2022?
Yeah, I'd like to get one or two in if possible. Um, you know, this new contract I got's got some decent money on it, so I like to make some money, man, and make some good investments. So, you know, if I come out of here healed, man, I look for a quick turnaround.
Do you, I know Bryce Mitchell's talked about he wants to bring a card to Arkansas. Is that something that you think is realistic? And I'm sure you would be on board for it, but do you think it's going to happen in the near future?
Dude, it's tough to say. I'm 100% on board. I think we could do it. I think the fan base is here. I think that would be a really a dream come true, man. And man, you know, with the hype around Bryce right now, like man, it might be possible, dude.
Mm-hmm. Because I would love to see Bryce Mitchell. Let's say Giga Chikadze 5-round main event Arkansas. You know,
Let's go.
you're on the main card, and I think
Yeah.
they're good, a really good card for that. And I think because he's got a growing fan base, and you're on the rise now too with 2 straight wins. If you win this one, it'll be 3 straight.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a growing scene. And then just I guess my final question for you: give me your final prediction for this fight.
I'm gonna knock this cat out. You know, it will either be at the end of the first or beginning of the second.
Fair enough. TJ Brown, thank you so much. Guys, you can watch TJ fight on June 25th when he returns to face Shaylian Nuerdanbieke. Once again, TJ, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks, man. You have a great day, man.
You too.